All right, perfect. All right, well, thank you, Venn21 for coming on board for a CNA rating AMA. So, well, my first questions, as always, is can you guys please introduce yourselves and introduce your project as well for our audience?
Sure. So my name is Junaid Khan, and I'm working with my brother Jawad. And yeah, just a bit about our backgrounds. My background was in financial accounting. I worked at one of the big fours. Qualified as a chartered accountant there. 6 years corporate experience. Jawad, similar thing where he worked at Deloitte for a few months and then went into full stack development. So we've got the financial side and the dev side kind of unlocks. That's just about our personal background. So yeah, we bring a lot of experience and something definitely from the corporate side, which you don't see in the blockchain space much. But yeah, a bit about our product. What we're doing is we're doing NFTs in a real life product, which not many people have even done. So drinks, for example, what we're doing is we are adding the NFT element within drinks. So what people will be able to do is, let's just say you go and get a can. Now, once you've got the NFT, you're within our community. That NFT gives you access into our club, into our Genesis Pass, Genesis community, and you then are within the club, and you can then make suggestions. You can make votes. You can give us ideas about what type of drinks you want, what type of drinks you want in the branding. So basically, it allows us to get so much closer to the consumer, the end consumer, the actual person using our brand with the help of NFTs.
Okay, thank you, Jawad. Do you have anything to add on that very interesting presentation, or if you have any material to show, maybe a website to show while to present? I don't know if you can share a screen on your computer.
Yeah, so I think Jeanette summarized that quite well in terms of what the product does. Every drink will come with an NFT, and that will essentially allow you access into the special club. You'll be able to then vote on suggestions, things that you want to see, essentially just dittoing what Jeanette said here. And yeah, so our website is also live. It's got all the information on there. It's got our roadmap map of what we're looking to do and how we're trying to push the product further as well. And you can check that out at Venn21Drinks.com. I don't think I can put it on a chat here anywhere, can I?
I will share it for the community. We had posted on the link, but I will just do a quick post
Okay.
that will delete just for those that wish to check. Okay, so thank you very much for that. So now we have a few usual questions that we're going to be asking. So
just a quick one, Andrew. I think
Yeah,
there might
go
just be a
ahead.
typo on that one. So it's double N, so it's Venn21Drinks.com.
Apologize. Yeah,
That's right.
I'll just fix that. Okay, good. Should be working fine right now. Yeah, it's working. All right, perfect. So so can you guys go a little bit more in depth, just about this seed sale, whether you're running seed sale, pre-sale, private sale that you're running, and the different components of it.
Perfect. So in terms of the actual offering, we have a couple of different offerings that we are doing. So we're doing one where I'm a fan NFT. That's the name of that particular package. And what you're going to get is you're going to get four Genesis cans. These are the first ever cans. Okay, one second. It's a little bit loud. Oh, you're able to hear me clearly.
We can hear you fine. Just yeah, well, just keep going.
Okay, let me try and take downstairs for a second.
Sure. Let me just jump in while I'm trying to find a place. So the three product offerings we've got are the I'm a Fan NFT, the VIP Genesis Pass NFT, and then we've also got a special specific kind of promotional NFT that we're creating on the side, which is called the Venn21 Gold NFT. And what we're trying to do here is just trying to get the pre-sale done, to set our initial sales, and then after our pre-sale is kind of come to an end, we'll then push it out to a public sale where we'll have more mass marketing taking place, more general marketing, which would be the traditional forms which we'll go through to push those to push those same pre-sale products to the general market. What you'll get in the Armor Fan is I think it's quite straightforward in the documents that we've sent through, but I'll just quickly summarize them. So you get the four Genesis cans that will be the first ever cans that we create. You'll get 2 bags of Venn21 coffee, which will be producing very soon. You'll get a t-shirt, 20% off your first Venn21 store purchase, access to our taster session, and also the Genesis community. And then when it comes to the VIP Genesis Pass, you'll get all of those benefits, but then on top of that, you'll then gain access to the Venn21 prototypes that we're looking to have in the future, and then also the launch party, as well as also getting 60% of the royalties from when somebody buys and sells the Venn21 Gold in a secondary market. And I'm just going to touch up on the Venn21 Gold. We've partnered up with a company, a fintech company called Minted. And they're going to be helping us with the actual facilitating of the gold storage. So they're going to be storing the gold for 12 months for free within that one package, and then after that there'll just be the storage cost which people will have to pay to essentially store that gold with us. But the idea is that 10% there'll be like a 10% sorry, excuse me, a 10% royalty. Which will then get spit out to the people that hold the Genesis Pass NFTs.
Okay, interesting. So, 2 questions coming to mind. So, does that mean that by participating in the pre-sale, basically you're guaranteeing a lower issue price than they're getting a value already that's going to be slightly inflated from? Yeah, go ahead. Yes, I believe you want to say something, Jeanette. Okay, I think
you might have been struggling with a connection there. What was the question again?
Yeah.
Sorry, Andre.
So basically regarding the price, because this is important. So because just so it's clear for our viewers. So are you sort of guaranteeing an issue price for the pre-sellers for the NFTs to be lower to the go-to-market price of that same NFT? Is that basically what you're proposing here for people contributing to the pre-sale? Is that the difference
exactly
between
that.
the $85? Okay.
Yeah, exactly that. So
Okay.
there's going to be 20% off during the pre-sale the pre-sale period. So obviously everything will just be a bit discounted by 20%, and then when we then push for the final the sale to the public, then it will be pushed back to original prices. So if you do participate in the pre-sale, you do get 20% off.
Okay. So now my question is, how many of exactly of these NFTs are you planning to mint, and will they be exclusive to only people in the pre-sale? And will they be? You did mention that a secondary market, so I assume that these NFT will be able to be issued on a secondary market. And if it's on that secondary market, on what chain will it be?
Okay, sure. So each of the NFTs that we're going to be offering, there's going to be a maximum of 300 in total. For the Armor Fan NFTs and also the VIP Genesis Pass NFTs, they'll be on 2 chains. So it'll be on Binance, the Binance chain, and also on Ethereum. So you'll be able to get 150 on each side there. And then with the Venn21 Gold, it's just going to be specific to the Binance chain.
Okay.
In terms of maximum supply for the pre-sale, it's not capped. So if we do sell out in the pre-sale, that will be it. That you won't be able to get it in the after the pre-sale. So that will kind of limit your chances of getting it afterwards. So you'll have to get it on a secondary market if you wanted to. Okay.
And very, very interesting. Yeah, definitely rarity is a very important factor in the NFT, just to be able to guarantee the value and not having it. So you did mention that it's going to be a cross-chain NFT then, so you're going to be able to do it on both the BSC and the Ethereum network. Am I correct?
Yeah, that's right. So for two of the NFTs, which will be the Genesis Pass and I'm a Fan NFT, they'll be on both chains. So that'll be the Binance chain and also Ethereum.
Okay, that's very interesting because it's definitely something you don't really often see. Okay, awesome. So now we've talked about a little bit about the pre-sales, the different kind of pre-sales package that you have for your NFTs. So how would, before we go into the marketing, how will people contribute? Let's say I'm an investor, how would I go about contributing or purchasing an NFT? For example, if I want to buy several of NFTs, I'm allowed to. Can I do it on both with BNB, with ETH, or with another currency? And how does it work?
Yeah, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be creating a platform where people will be able to come onto the website. They'll be able to connect their wallet and see what particular pre-sale offerings we've got, or just sale offerings we've got available. You'll then be able to choose which chain you'd like to mint on. So whether it be the Ethereum chain or the Binance chain. So all you have to do is just switch which wallet you're in. After that, go over to the particular NFT that you'd like to mint and just hit the mint button. From there, everything gets done on chain. So you get the NFT put straight into your wallet, and the funds are sent straight over into that smart contract. So yeah, it's going to be fairly straightforward. We're hoping to have the pre-sale for next week, the end of next week. So everyone will be able to come onto that platform, and they'll be able to mint the NFTs there. Another thing that we will also have is a referral scheme, and with that, everyone will then be able to jump onto essentially getting 5% of that mint price. So all will happen is you'll be able to jump onto that program, get your referral link. That can then be sent out to your friends and family. Once they mint, then you'll earn 5% of the mint price from there.
Okay, that's awesome. Thank you for going more in depth with that. So now let's jump on the more interesting stuff. So we all know that one of the big issue with the NFTs is the lack of volume after issue, right? And just the fact that that volume just disappears afterwards. What are going to be your go-to marketing strategies? Basically your plans, because you've mentioned going mainstream as well. So could you just touch upon a little bit more in that? Basically, just so our viewers kind of understand better what they're getting into.
Yeah, so I think that one of the major benefits of our particular company is that we can brand on two. We can market on two different platforms. We can go through the traditional crypto routes, and we can also market relatively easily on traditional methods. So this will be through the routes of Instagram ads, Facebook ads, YouTube ads, even billboards. It's quite simple to do that, especially since we have a physical product that will be providing to our consumers. So that's going to be one of the things that we will be looking to push onto. So we'll have that. We'll also have vlogs which will be taking place as well. So we're going to have essentially our journey that we're going to be showing of how we're starting from scratch on a Web3 company and going from each stage and pushing it out to the market and building that drink company. And then we'll also be looking to have the Kickstarter later on as well. And this will be a complete different product offering, but we'll have a Kickstarter which will go to mainstream normal marketing methods there. And then once we've kind of pushed out those type of traditional methods, we'll also have the general crypto methods as well. So we'll have the normal Telegram shout outs and the calls and reviews that will be taking place as well in the crypto side.
Okay, so yes, you're definitely going to have a dual strategy. Am I correct? So
Yeah,
you're
that's
both
correct.
going to go mainstream and as well as staying within the crypto space. So will you be exclusive to Telegram or will you have a Discord strategy? Because we haven't seen a lot of projects of NFTs projects on Telegram, to be honest.
Yeah, so we will have the Telegram platform, but also we'll be having a Discord platform. The main reason it becomes a bit easier to push onto Discord is mainly because of the collabland type thing where we can create that separate community. But I think Telegram does have that, so we'll also be making we'll also be utilizing that as well. So it won't be specific just Telegram, but it will be Telegram, Discord, any kind of social platforms that we can get onto to get our name out there will be on there.
Okay, awesome. So my question now is regarding more your marketing of your product per se. Junaid, you're allowed to speak, by the way, of your product per se. So you're gonna be selling cans, physical cans. How do you guys already have a plan on how you're gonna be able to market that and how you're gonna be able to combine that with traditional DeFi marketing? Like, can you give us a few, if you can, obviously give us a few hints on how you will be able to sell that physical product?
100%. So initially, our main focus is on driving the campaigns for both the sale. One second. Sorry. Yeah. So our main goal is initially to drive a lot of traffic to our sale on both the Kickstarter and also the crypto sale. Once we have that exposure, once we have a lot of people interested about it, okay, it will be very, very easy for us to actually tap in because a lot of people now already have that interest in our product. It's one of a kind, so that's how we're going to brand ourselves, and that's how we're going to go. We're going to basically be the consumer's brand, the first ever drinks company that listens to our consumer directly, and that's how we're going to market ourselves. We're going to use a lot of Instagram ads. We're going to try and partner with influencers. We already have some connections in California already because we've been working very, very closely with another coffee brand called Chatty Matcha. We've worked on bits of their development, and you guys can go check them out. They're at the moment trying to raise seed funds, but they basically got into about 11 or 12 stores in California. So because of the connections we have, if we're able to get a good raise, I can't see why we can't end up in stores over there because of that connection alone, and because of how much we've helped them and our connection. I could see ourselves getting into Californian stores with a few phone calls, and then we're obviously based in the UK, so we want to take that growth, put it in the UK markets, utilize our connections in Paris as well, and aim to be that global brand that is targeting the UK, Paris, and California. So three big, huge markets that we really want to target. And we're very, very unique because no other brand will listen to the consumer. No other brand, no other drink company listens or cares about the brand the way we are. We're basically listening to what our customers want and implementing it directly.
Okay, interesting. So, are you planning on having any partnerships with any existing distributors or firms that could, enable you to better push out your products? Because I guess you have two ways of selling products: the e-commerce way and the retail way. So, either you go with a big distributor, are your margins allowing you to do it? And do you think that it will accept a cryptocurrency product, or will you go the safe way and just sell it via your e-commerce platform basically at first?
So we're going to try both. But the reason why I think people will jump onto us is because we are the first ever brand offering an NFT. Now, if you're the first and a retail store sees that, they can see it two ways. One, they can see it as a brand that won't sell, or two, they can see it as an opportunity to be the first ever to take an NFT product and put it in their stores, on their shop shelves. Because of that, let's say we're in shop stores, we are the only product that offers an NFT. That means we're the only one that stands out. That way we get exposure. And I think the smart ones would really, really jump onto us and take us on their shelves.
Okay, awesome. Now, now that we've touched upon all of those different aspects, could you guys just basically give us some numbers? What kind of growth are you guys foreseeing based on the how much amount, whatever you're trying to raise? If you hit that certain target, what is potentially the amount, whether in revenue or your margins, general big numbers that our followers can just get a grasp on, so that they can see what they're buying into and what they can potentially expect in a year's time.
Sure. So 100%. It's at the moment it's very difficult to put revenue estimations on a startup. Like and anyone doing this is basically like, I've worked in a financial company. I've seen financial models. Most of it is just estimating based on current growth rates. When you don't have growth rates, how do you build your financial model? And a lot of it is estimation. A lot of it is judgmental. So with a startup, a lot of it is just BS. So when a company says, "Oh, we're going to make this much money in 5 years' time for a startup," without any viable information, without any market data, it's not like, it's very, very difficult to put a direct number. But with us, what we can do, and the reason why I'm able to give some estimation is, I would give our contacts in California. They were able to get into around 11 stores, and with those 11 stores, I haven't asked how much they made on that, but from Joad, am I right in saying he made 6,000 bottles?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, and then he sold out and then went for another production run.
Yeah, so he sold his 6,000 cans in those 11 stores, and I think he generated around, I think it was at least $25,000 in revenue, just on that initial launch. And then now basically he's gearing up. He's had more orders, and now he's in a position where he's able to go and get seed funding. So just on those 11 stores, I'm more than confident that we can tap into that market, tap into the Californian stores, utilize our connection and get into some of the similar stores. I think it was a paid launch that he did do, but I'm more than confident that we can start there and then grow exponentially from there, targeting California, targeting London. Those stores I just mentioned were just in California alone, so we're based in London, so we are definitely going to utilize our London connections as well.
Yeah, because what's very particular with you, and that's the importance of the NFT, from my understanding, is that you're going to have revenue from both the DeFi aspect, so from people exchanging the NFTs that are going to be able to have from your cans on the secondary market, and also from the sales of the can themselves. And a great excuse to sell the cans would be that people can just see the NFTs that they will be getting basically within the can, right? So it's so you have dual sort of revenues on both sides.
So two things. Okay. What we will have to do is we'll have to determine a mechanism for that, because later on we want to make these soul-bound tokens. The reason why I say that is because we don't want anyone to be able to sell their voting right. For example, if you want to make or sway a particular decision, if it's not soul-bound, you can go and buy a load of NFTs and then use those votes to go and push a certain agenda, a certain brand type, a certain flavor. So then it's basically like one particular whale controlling it just by buying those NFTs off the market without actually consuming the product. You understand?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so so that's why we'll have some soul-bound element, and then we will definitely have to think of a way of if we want to allow those particular NFTs to be moved or to change hands in that fashion.
Okay. So now I propose that we jump on the community questions. So I'll select a few questions that you may answer, if that's okay with you, unless you want to add something else before we jump on the community questions.
Sure. We're happy to take the community questions.
All right. Perfect. So first question comes from Patrick. How many cans of water do I need to buy to be eligible to get an NFT? And what are the benefits of joining the Venn21 exclusive club?
Yep. So initially, how many cans do you need to buy to get into the club? Well, when you buy the cans off the shelf, you'll kind of get access into the club. Okay, but initially we're pre-selling them in the packages of the I'm a Fan NFT or the Genesis NFT pass. So those are the packages you want to be looking out for. And sorry, there was a second question to it.
Patrick wants to know the exact benefits of joining the Venn21 exclusive club. I know you've mentioned them, but maybe you can summarize them for those that have joined us a bit late to the AMA.
Sure. Duad, do you have them to hand? You can just check on your laptop.
Yeah, sure. So benefits of being in the Venn21 exclusive club is that you'll be able to make suggestions and also vote on suggestions that you'd like to see in a company. You'll also be able to interact with other people in the Venn21 club and speak to people that also enjoy the brand, what they like about it, what they don't like, and just share ideas, bounce ideas off of them. You'll also be able to contribute inside the giveaways that we're going to be having in the community, and then also you'll get early access to new releases that we'll be bringing out in the future.
Yep, and on top of that, if you do get the Genesis pack, we're going to have a taster session. So depending on where you are, you'll be able to come in, try the actual drink before we actually publish and go mainstream with that one. So we're basically providing the whole experience, the whole customer experience with our consumers, with you guys first. Because that's what's going to happen with Web3. People are going to become so much more closer with brands, and I think what we're doing with Web3 and crypto and our brand is we're combining them, and we're basically becoming the future of commerce.
Okay. Well, thank you for that, Patrick. I hope your question was answered. So I have another question from Super Ape. Can I diversify by buying several packages? And what if I have extra money aside but not enough for a full package?
Sure. So you can diversify. You can get the I'm a Fan one. The I'm a Fan one is priced reasonably well at originally $150, but we're reducing it to $120 for the pre-sale. So if you can't get the Genesis one, which is originally $300 but $240 for the pre-sale, then do definitely jump onto the 120, which I think is reasonably priced. But yeah, you can definitely diversify. And at the same time, if you do just want the gold as well, we've got the gold package as well. So the gold is a separate thing completely. But yeah, the main packages we're pushing are I'm a Fan and the Genesis Pass.
Okay, awesome. I have another question. So basically, how are they from Edward? How are they going to get the NFT through minting or another way? How many NFT are you going to have in the product? So I guess pre-sale and also globally. And can you rent the NFT or lend out the NFT for passive income? This is a big question.
Sure. So how do you? So initially, these particular NFTs will be minted directly from our site. You won't be able to lend or any or like you won't be able to lend the NFTs. Those will be, once you buy them, they're yours, and you can either sell them, but you won't be able to lend them. And I think there was one question I'm missing in there.
So you've I think it was, how many NFTs are you going to have in the product overall?
Oh, sure. So we'll have 300 of the I'm a Fan ones. There'll be 300 Genesis passes. So we're really keeping them low. We're not doing any stupid like 5,000, 10,000 collections because one, they won't sell out. Two, we really want to keep it bespoke and we want to keep that initial group as low as possible, but we want as much as engagement as possible. So we're really trying to get the most. What matters to me is the quality of the holders. So, like, obviously, I I want people who I can resonate with, get close to. I want people that I can care about, not like thousands of people that I'm not going to be able to touch base with at all.
Okay, awesome. So we have another question from Jay. Can I create my own NFTs on your platforms? I guess like artistic wise, and will you put them in the cans basically, or are there set NFTs that you will have?
Perfect. I love this question. What you'll be able to do is you can make suggestions to us. So if you're an artistic designer or something, make a suggestion. Obviously, once you're in the community, make a can design, and then everyone can have a vote on it. And if that's what you guys like and you guys want to see, we'll push it out, and we'll put that can design out on our next product.
Okay, awesome. Do you guys have extra like 10 more minutes to take a few more questions?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, awesome. So we're gonna take a few more questions. I'm trying to diversify. Okay, Victor, I see you. On your roadmap, you made mention of hosting a flavor tasting event in London and majorly European and American cities. For those in Africa who can be present in such events, do you have a medium to broadcast or stream such events to give investors that are affected by proximity some sense of belonging?
We will vlog the event, and if our investors are in Africa or outside of those areas, then what we will do is we'll definitely we'll have to figure that out. Actually, it depends where everyone is geographically. So if a lot of guys are in Paris or London, that's let me think about that. Joad, have you got a suggestion of how we would, if people are really outside the geographic locations, how we would kind of tailor? We can definitely vlog. What I have to see is what the cost would be of sending like a sample out, because if it is cheap to send out a sample, then yeah, I can do that. But again, I really want to meet the holders. I really want that event to be one that people come and we see you guys face to face. We meet the people that are actually drinking our drink, because you guys are the most important of all things.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Victor. I hope that answers your question. Okay, so we have so many questions. We won't be able to go through all the questions, but again, if it's not answered, just join the Telegram down below, and I'm sure that we'll be more than happy to answer the question there as well. So there's a question from Jonathan that basically says that as you're aware, like now the NFT hype, there's a ton of NFT in the crypto markets, and so how will you set yourself apart from there in this citing, for example, working with more art or game projects, working with NFT trading platforms to build relevance? Or I guess will you just, and that's me adding that, will just focus on your hard utility to really set yourself apart from the other NFT collections that come out?
Sure. So our biggest, the biggest thing that sets us apart, and what you'll see over the next few days as we start to release our vlogs, is firstly, how many of you guys have seen the introduction video? I'm not sure if many of your community have seen it, but with that introduction video, we kind of tell the plan and the journey. We kind of show what we're going to be doing, and the key thing is the vlogs. We're basically showing the entire process of what it's like to launch an NFT brand, launch a drinks brand, all in one, and we're vlogging and putting our faces on the line. Like, if you look at my background and my where I've worked and stuff, I wouldn't risk that if I didn't have faith in the product. And a lot of people are doing these anonymous projects. They're not really showing anything. They're not vlogging anything. They're not showing the journey. We're different. We're showing all that, and we're the first Web3 company to do that. So I think that alone will allow us to get a lot of traction. And then, of course, you mentioned things about partnerships and with other trading and DeFi platforms. That's something we can consider later down the line, especially if we get the funds. So there's three things to this. There's one, the initial crypto fundraise. There's two, the Kickstarter. If those two go extremely well, then I'm more than happy to go out and obtain seed funding from another VC. And if we get that, then by actually selling equity, then I think we will go really, really far, because we are a very, very unique product that I think people, if the right angle is presented to the right investors, they will happily jump onto it.
Awesome. So we're going to be taking two more questions, and then we'll end the AMA here, just because there's just so many. So let's see. Okay, so we have some questions about your staking features. So on your website, you clearly create NFT link to your project to be merged with a staking platform. Will you? Will you propose? So, what are the features of staking your NFTs, and will you have BNB rewards based on that? I'm not sure if you did mention anything about NFT staking, but if you did, can you dwell more on that?
I don't think we mentioned anything about NFT staking, Jawad.
I don't think we've got anything about NFT staking.
Yeah.
I don't think that's something we're looking to.
That's not something you're looking at the moment?
No, not for the moment. Main reason is that it's mainly like a token that gives you access to the community, and once you're in a community, that's where all the benefits are essentially underlying. I'm sure it's something that we could look into in the future, but if it's like a community vote type thing, but at the moment it's not something that we've looked into.
Okay. Interesting. So we got a question from Trolling Shot. I see on your roadmap there's going to be securing a seed fund. What kind of developments that seed funding will be for? Or are there going to be more down the line?
So the seed funding is not something we've opened up yet. It's definitely on the roadmap later on. Initially, what I'm trying to do is have a successful fundraise and a Kickstarter. And then that will garner enough success and proof of concept to really go out and go to VCs. Reason being, I'm trying to follow a similar path to our Californian friends who basically sold out some cans and they're now able to go out and raise seed funds. They're trying to raise 500K for about 15-20% of their company. And something similar is what I'd be looking for later on down the line. And secondly, Liquid Death, the same thing. I'm sure everyone's heard of Liquid Death, the US water company. They raised around 2 million after showing a successful proof of concept. And then recently they raised around 125 million at the start of this year at a 500 million valuation. And they've only been around for 3 years. So imagine the company's basically grown from 2 million to about 500 million in 3 years. I think if we could have insane growth in the NFT space, I think that I definitely do think there'll be one water company or some sort of brand that does this sort of a journey. So those are the aims that I'm really, really trying to get to. I'm trying to show enough of a proof of concept, build a community, and then go out to a few VCs, target them specifically, and get some really, really big backers.
So we're going to be taking the last question, and then we're going to be ending the AMA. So from Taibat, that says that so there's so many bad habits and moods. I'm happy that there's some alleged fun products launching. Could you tell us about what do investors have to do exactly? In your product, like what do you expect your community to do?
So, two things. One, we want engagement. We want engagement from you guys. What we want is we want you guys to tell us flavors, what you guys want, what you guys want to be drinking. Obviously, so we're going to be avoiding alcohol. We're not going to be doing any alcohol flavored drinks because, one, for religious reasons, and two, alcohol is bad for you. So, but we want to hear the flavors. We want to hear ingredients. What type of drink you guys want to drink? we're going to give you suggestions, and of course, you guys can say on top of that. So that's one thing. We want engagement. Secondly, we want you guys to be sharing. And thirdly, when we do have our prototypes and our new things coming, all we want is we want feedback, because at the end of the day, we're making this brand, we're making this product for you guys, and we are the first ever company to do that. Puts our customers first, that listens to you guys, and ultimately every company will have to pivot and use over the space of the next 10, 15 years. I think a lot of companies are going to be using NFTs to get closer to their audience over time. So that's what we asked for.
Awesome. Thank you very much. So that wraps up our AMA with Venn21. So keep in mind that the best question will be announced in their Telegram group. So make sure you've joined it. If you haven't already, the link is right here. I'll just drop it and then delete it for those that haven't joined it. And any last word from you guys before we end up this AMA?
Yeah, thanks everyone for joining. Yeah, all I'd say is if you guys are interested and you guys love our project, then stay tuned, watch our vlogs. If you have any questions, just DM me or Jawad directly. And I'll launch this next week, so stay tuned. And yeah, if you guys love it, then definitely contribute on the Genesis Pass. If not the Genesis, then at least I'm the fan. So yeah, thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you, Andre, for having us on, and appreciate all you guys for showing up to the AMA. One last thing I want to add on to that is don't forget about the referral scheme that we've got going on. For every referral you get, you'll get 5% of the mint price. We'll have more information on that coming soon. But yeah, that's one thing which I'd say definitely don't miss out on.
Jawad, do you have the Google form? Anyone interested in the referral scheme can fill in?
Yeah, sure. I'm going to send that over to Andre, and then Andre, if this is possible, you could send that through on here. And anyone that's interested about the referral scheme, we can just send you guys a message when that's ready for you guys to check it out and get your links.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. I'll share it. I'll share it in the in the group. Absolutely.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. So, yep, that wraps up our AMA with Venn21. Remember to join their Telegram group, and yeah, we'll be sharing just a quick recap afterwards. And the AMA will be available on YouTube for those of you guys that were late to the AMA or couldn't attend to it. So thank you very much. We'll have potentially another AMA this evening with another project. We'll keep you guys updated on that as well. Have a good evening, everyone, and see you guys later. Bye.